everyone, this is Caroline, and today I'm going to show you how to do this type of mandala. So please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. I'm going to try to put out a little bit more videos about drawing mandalas and using it in a small sketchbook. So please hit the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Hi everybody, this is Caroline, and I'm going to be drawing in this tiny notebook, and I think it's a 5x7 maybe, and it is a little notebook that I want to just draw in, maybe make some quick mandalas. And a mandala is a circle shape, and you concentrate in the center, and you can move on the outside, and there's like a pattern to it. So I might do some mandalas in here. I might also do some scribble drawings and things like that, but I'm going to do a quick one, and these will be probably shorter videos, and I want to try to do them, fill up this notebook. It's just a good way of being creative in a day when maybe you don't have as much to do, or you have way too much to do and not enough time to sit at your art table to work on any long-term paintings. So I'm going to start with, I have a cardboard from another notebook. You could find something like a cereal, like part of a cereal box, or rice box, or maybe some other shoe box or something. And I'm going to put it behind the first page just so I don't mark on the next page, and it protects it. And then I have the supplies I'm going to do. I'm going to mainly try to focus on dry supplies, meaning no paint, no water, but I am a type of person that sometimes I like to break my own rules, but I think I'm going to try to keep this one just with pens and markers and maybe color pencils. If I do any paint, it might be just a little bit, but like I said, I like to break my own rules at times. So the first thing to do is pick a color, any basic color that you want, and I'm going to choose red just because it picks up better on the video. And I'm going to draw a circle, and it's really any size that fits in here. It could even be oval. Let's bend the rules with some things when it comes to mandalas and doodle making. So all right, not a perfect circle. I don't know if you could see that, but let me maybe outline it with this so you could. Marker would be better than the red pen, just so the video could pick it up. Not perfect, but this is what I'm going to start with. And inside the center, I'm going to work out, and I'm going to pick colors that reflect my mood, maybe reflect what I'm thinking about, whatever it could be. And if you have a hard time drawing with pens because you can't erase it, this is the type of exercise to use to just kind of push those boundaries away, that perfection does not matter when it comes to art. Just let your creativity go. So it's easy just to start with some shapes and maybe doodle in those shapes. And don't try to like foresee what you want in this circle, because there's plenty of other pages where you could come up with other creative ways of drawing. So this is an exercise for your creativity, for you to let loose. And I think I'm going to stick with the red pen for a while, and just to get the basic shapes down. And you see I'm just making some of them really large. You could make tiny circles. If you followed me in some other videos, I don't know what video it was, but I shared with, I like circles. I tend to want circles in my paintings a lot. So let me zoom in so you could see a little bit better what I'm doing. And you want to work the whole circle. And I'm going to try to get the whole circle in the camera. And it doesn't have to, like, see, I have this whole space. I don't have anything filled in. You know, sometimes I just work around. And for whatever reason, I want to divide up this plain section. And maybe I'll put some lines in this. Maybe I'll do a down zigzag. Mandalas are great when you're feeling stressed and need to center yourself. So if you have a job where you're stressed and you want some kind of mental workout, so to speak, just to help with calming, try this. And it does not have to look like anything. And at the end, sometimes there's a critter or something that comes from it that resembles something, whether a symbol, an animal, a person, a place. It could be a landscape. I tend to have a lot of like interesting fish and insects and birds and floral, which kind of goes along with the type of artwork I tend to paint and draw. In some areas, I'm just leaving plain. I'm not filling that in. This pen is smears, which is okay, because what are we working on? We're working on no perfection. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave it for now. And I am going to pick another color, and I'm going to start adding in color. Now, you could also do this in black and white. You could just do a typical pen and ink drawing, and that's completely fine. And you could color in the shapes like this. Or you could just make small tiny dots that's filled in. And with the color, when I start adding extra color, I work around, so I might not do everything with this green color. I might only have certain areas I want green. And I'm going to leave out the pens I'm using, just in case if I want to go back in and add more. And so sometimes the pens run out of ink, or it's lower on ink. I might go back to that one. I have these are gel pens, and they came in a package at a craft store that I bought, gosh, years ago. And that craft store closed, and now I'm using them a little bit more. When I first bought them, I did a lot of this type of drawing. But like I said, I want to kind of get back into this, fill this whole sketchbook with all sorts of fun designs. And you see, I'm not even being particular about my coloring in. It could go on the outside of the line. Now, people with anxiety where things have to be perfect and lined up, working with pen with this is going to be challenging, because when you have a pen in your hand, you're going to look for perfection because it's a tool that you can control. So with people that have a high amount of anxiety and would like to do this, I would suggest maybe marker, because you could get a thicker point with those. And if that doesn't seem to work, I would go ahead and use paint and watercolor. So yours might end up having to be with paint, just because you can't control it, and it allows you just to let go and release. And it could end up where you end up really enjoying the type of art, because it gives you a different feeling than that tense, tight, needing things to be perfect all the time. Now I only have a little bit of markers. I actually give away a lot of my markers. Let me show you. I give away a lot of my markers to a person that works with kids who are disabled, and I wasn't using them. And this goes back to maybe like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. I did that, and I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to use the markers I have. I'm not really a marker type of artist. I do like them in some of my artwork just to add a little extra outline, but I really just don't crave markers. Now, since I did that, now it looks like some kind of insect critter. But that's okay. It's allowed to start looking like things, and you could go ahead and emphasize that, and which I might. Kind of reminds me of like a frog, maybe. And so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy that. And this is what I mean by having this back here. You might not be able to pick it up, but on this side you can see the indents of the paper from the pen, and some markers will bleed through the paper, and that goes my top for the marker. So I'm just gonna leave that for now until I can find it. But yeah, that is something you have to watch for, is markers that bleed through the paper. So please make sure you put something behind that paper. It's looking like a really interesting little critter there. So let's see what else I can do and bring it out. And this is where some people will really enjoy the marker, because it allows you to just fill it in pretty quickly. And you know, you're stressed and you don't have really time to always be particular about things, and maybe a marker artwork would be better for some. And I really love outlining. I love doing that. It is something that just pops the artwork. And I do that with my paintings. I just cannot get away from it. Some of these I don't even know if these markers work anymore. This one, it feels like it's getting old soon. That gives you some ideas with markers. Let me get back to the pens. And I feel like this one got really muted, and I tend to be an artist that likes bright colors, so let me add in some bright colors. And I even like the messy shading in, so maybe that would be fun to do. Just allow yourself to quickly put that in. I did it in a U shape, so that's another idea. Let's see here, there's some gold colors I have, so how about if we just try to add in some circles with gold. One thing I like to do with the circle shapes is I like to put another color in between it. So let me zoom in a little bit more. And see this. Put a little dot in that circle. I feel like this part is a little too bare, so we need to do something about that. So what color do I want? Maybe I want to try this blue marker. What's a deep turquoise. Not quite the same color as the cap, but we'll take it. That looks interesting now. Maybe we'll just continue that with this section. You're allowed to leave white spots in this drawing. You don't have to fill in everything. Sometimes the less that you put into these, the more it looks like it could pop out to you. If you color in everything, and especially if it's marker, it's going to be very flat. So just keep that in mind for it. But this is how you do a mandala drawing. And I don't know, this kind of looks like an insect with some interesting facial expression, maybe with the eyes. Maybe it has a feather in its head. I don't know. That's what it looks like from this point. But let's twist it around, 'cause sometimes this is really fun. Oh, looks like that's a nose now. Maybe it's a parrot. Maybe it's an interesting looking parrot insect of some sort. Yeah, so sometimes like it gets really interesting. I kind of crack up at this one, this view of it. But yeah, so take a look at doing this for yourself. This might only be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, but try to keep it short and keep it in a small size sketchbook, and make it easy on yourself. Just to do a quick creative exercise. Something separate from the work that you typically do. Something fun like this would enhance your creativity. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I will keep filming some more of these. And I'll see you the next time I post a video. Bye.